We'll see if anyone gets notifications out there. What up? We at the shop. Yes. Are we live? Live. We are live. There's our first friend, Chiro Sounds. Chi. What up, people? What's popping out there in YouTube world? Anyone else walking these YouTube streets? How's your day going there, Chi? It's probably evening there. Probably 7:30. What? No. Is it 5:30 out your way? Ha! It's a little past 4:20 here. 4:23. We ready to go. See if we get a 4:20 rush here at the shop. We got the battle stepping in. There's Gerald. He got notified. Salute, Gerald. All right. I'm going to talk a little Bigfoot while we hang out here. Windy and rain. Ugh. Actually, the winds calmed down here today. A little breezy, though. It was pretty clear skies earlier. But they have been farting around, so skies are starting to get a little murky, and we got rain in the forecast for tomorrow and the day after, I believe. What do you know? Dang sky farters. Hopefully we get some new people popping in here. Yeah, the sky farts. Yo, got some peeps walking by there. And let's see what's going on in SoCal. We have, where'd you go? A little footage to share while we hang out here. Let's see. I'm testing out this other, got the windows going, I guess. So let's see here. Maybe I should exit this.
Look at this developing this morning. Pip, pip, hooray! Jackie and Shadow, the region's most famous eagle couple, appear to be welcoming two baby chicks into the nest. So this was late last night when the chicks inside are starting to peck their way out. And now here's a live look.
Are being hatched.
Let's see that nest. Okay, well, you can't see them now, but they're definitely under there. They were up and kicking around this morning. We saw them with their gray little feathers. They're certainly so cute. And we've been waiting for this for quite some time, right, Maria?
The area recently.
The LA City Council hearing former fire chief.
But it looks like the Eagles are pretty safe there and doing their thing. So always good to hear. And then we also had some baby condors born, I think, last year at some point. And that was over at the zoo, if I'm not mistaken. That's good to hear. Never seen one of those, except for in the zoo. I don't know if I've ever seen them in like real life. Can't tell, but I know they're massive. I'd love to see one. California condor. And there's Blanche LeBlanc. Good evening. Y Gustavo. Gustavo, did you see the video I shared by the channel Mente Abierta? It was this morning, and they did an awesome, it's an old world, they touch on the old world, and we'll be sharing that channel here. A couple others, actually. My brother has a new one on right now at the shop. Really good old world channel. Maybe some of you already subscribed over there, upscribed. I definitely did. And I thank my brother for once again sharing stuff with me. He put me on to the whole topic. So, and here he is again, back from the Sierras, running all over the place. and sharing some new information with me. So I'll be sharing that with you. It's a good channel too. And I just watched maybe a video so far. He's got like I don't know if he's got a playlist going, but I'm checking it out for sure. Yeah, earlier I got in my feed. I was looking up a few things to talk about. We'll be talking about Bigfoot and devils. Let's turn that off. And people refer to them. We got something playing. Hang on here. I could hear something. There we go. Boom. Hopefully we don't get in trouble for that. Let me pop myself back in here. All right. Yeah. And then on my feed, I got a channel. And we'll look up the name, but they were talking about Bigfoot and it was live. And I jumped in there. I wasn't familiar with the channel. And they had four guys on there on the panel and talking about Bigfoot and questioning certain things. And of course I had drop some comments in the chat, and they were showing some videos, Bigfoot videos. Some of Sonny Vader's hoaxes made it on there. And then they, of course, led up all to the Patterson, and I mentioned about my experiences in that area and everything. And so they were interested. So hopefully they'll be, they shared my link there too. So a big thank you to them. And I shared their channel. And so you could check all that on the post. But I think their channel was, let's see here. And of course, it was a bunch of stuff that we've gone over. Super awesome science mysteries and mysteries, I think it is. Super awesome science and mysteries. And so they were talking about Bigfoot. So check them out. Another Bigfoot channel. And yeah, we're all in different levels with knowledge of the stuff. And so I shared the bit of knowledge I had. And they were interested because, I've been and lived around the Patterson Gimlin site, and we've gone into all that. And a lot of you know already, but I had to mention to them, and they were interested. And it's happened on other channels too, where I'll mention that I got a little history around that area, and a little bit of information and experience. And yeah, people are interested. So maybe we'll be doing some talks with them at some point. And there's Ski stepping in. Sharon, good evening. Skibo. Molly, welcome. There's Magneticus. What's going on, Magneticus? I've seen you've been going live lately with the harmonica. Let's see. What is he saying? May your beard grow long and your what? Your axe stay sharp. Yeah. May your halls be filled with laughter. Your treasures overflow. May your spirit be as strong as the mountains. Where'd that go? Did he delete that? What's up, Roger? We got Roger up in here too. Oh, it's way up here. May your spirit be as strong as the mountains you call home. Hey, that is awesome, man. Hopefully everyone got to read that. There's Hillbilly Herb. 11 minutes after Hillbilly Herb. Right on time. I'm sure he was busy at 4:20. And probably most of you as well. Or at least 4:20 West Coast time. Some of you had 4:20 a little earlier. What do you do at 4:20? So yeah, this channel here we're checking out is, what was it? Let's see if we could pull it up. Mysterious Mr. S on YouTube, y'all. There we go. There it is. Anyone know this channel here? Maybe someone will post the link. And there's William. William, welcome. How's William doing tonight or today or this morning? Where is William? William's in chat. We know that. But where else may William be? We don't know. He's somewhere in the world. And Blanche read something. Let's see. Read that. But when you live deep in the South, they own mountains. We got our leaves or levees. I thought it said leaves. Levees. Oh, well, yeah. I guess you could imagine some other close by mountain range, maybe the nearest mountains near you. And there's Ike. Like I. All right, y'all check out this channel if you're into the old world. And hopefully someone will help out by sharing a link. Where my link peeps at? And that's what we got playing right now. So new channels to me there. Got some the mysterious channel. They were talking Bigfoot today, but I haven't checked out their other conversations. We'll be checking that channel out as well. And then what else we got going on? We had a high-speed chase earlier through the San Fernando Valley. Missed that. I would have if I would have known, I would have gone live showing that. What else is popping in the city? Got other things going on. And if as they come to mind, we'll touch on them. There's a lovely Catalina. Should we do? Let's go big screen. Yeah, so yeah, I had Bigfoot on the mind also. Had a weird dream last night. Or there were maybe like thoughts. I was kind of awake. I've been waking up. I went to sleep super early. Earlier than usual. And woke up, I guess, early in the morning or late in the morning. And then, I don't know, it was just like thoughts of UFO abduction for some reason. I don't know why the heck. It must have been something I seen that brought that to mind. And I was kind of thinking, I don't think I was really dreaming. And I was like thinking with my eyes closed and just how scary that would be. I know some of you would enjoy it, but I think if the beings were negative, it'd be scary as hell. And I don't know why I had that going on my mind before going to bed, but I really put myself in the situation. I was like, oof, scary. And some of you out there, it's happened to some of you out there. So I've heard some of you claim that you've been taken. Is it true? I'd like to know. Did you get a new device? What's going on there, Magneticus? You build a new device? And what's up with the mechanic work? Did you get your buddy's mechanic work done? I was going to ask you, I had asked you on that video if you did mechanic work, because I had some questions. Maybe you'll hit me up over on the Discord. Yep, Hillbilly's had a lot of weird dreams lately about being in vehicles going backwards. Not sure what it means. Oh, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I remember back in the day having some dreams about like, the car driving by itself, going like in circles and stuff like that. Thinking like, oh crap, There's no one in that car. Oh, yeah. And William got the heck out of here. Good idea. Yeah, a lot of people have left California. And that was, what was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about something about people leaving California. Oh, yeah, it was about all these channels popping up. There's some here locally that have been showing like Venice Beach, Hollywood, and all the like places that people would go to, and just how it's turning into like dead, even like Beverly Hills. And I seen one guy who was showing even up in what was it? What was he in? Somewhere in the Bay Area, some of the big towns up there. I don't know, near Sacramento, I think also, but just a lot of different channels touching on these, you know, bigger cities out here that are just looking dead. And yeah, it is. I could see that. I see a lot of businesses shutting down and stuff like that. Yep. If it's broke, he might be able to fix it. He's one of those guys, Magneticus. He's like, what would you say? MacGyver Magnetico, I would call him. He's like your MacGyver. Give him 2 toothpicks and some wire. He'll make something happen. Yeah, so you can see even that, those what look like clouds, I think that's all sky farts there. Even out in Catalina. And I think a lot of times they, remember one time we were checking this out and there was a few trails, and I think they were the same trails that I was looking at over here. It's just like they came all the way across. But yeah, always keep an eye out for strange objects here. You never know. Might be coming out of the water, or to activate the camera there. And speaking of Catalina, check this out. I got a message earlier today over on Tiggity TikTok. Here, let's change the cam here. Let's bounce to Mount Wilson. Nope. Oh yeah, look at that. Speaking of you can see him going by on the camera here. Speaking of the devils. Look at that. That's from Mount Wilson, Angeles National Forest, the San Gabriel Mountains. See that guy going by up there. But other than that, it's been a lovely day. Lovely day here at Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop. Yeah, peep us out. We are on we got to get more active on Instagram, but we do have a page over there. Feel free to tap in. And those links aren't clickable, but if you type it into the search bar, and those links are on the YouTube channel here as well, so that'll make it easy. You just go search on the page there, and these links will all pull up. Yep, TikTok also. So yeah, speaking of Catalina, I had posted, we had gone out there with the fam last year. I think, yeah, it was last year. Thanks to Bro, he decided to put a little fam trip together, and we docked out of Long Beach, California here. And yeah, spent the day there. It was just a day trip. We didn't do an overnight. And it was fun. And I knew to keep an eye out for USOs. And I was anxious to get on the island and get to the museum and ask about the giants of Catalina and check out, see what they had on it. And unfortunately, they didn't have anything. I asked before I went in. Is it like an $18 fee? Is like a hour trip inside, they said. And so I didn't do it. I thought they had stuff on giants, and I couldn't find anything. But there's a whole story, and then we checked out the casino, which is that structure that you see when we pull up the Catalina cam. And is that of the old world? We've been talking about that, you know, and it's interesting that there's talks of giants and you have that possible structure there being of the old world. We went and I definitely checked that out. We did videos, took videos out there and shared those out on the channel. And yeah, some massive arches and yeah, it's a trippy structure there. And then there's, I'm sure, other stuff on the island. There were some like caves, almost like it seemed like some entrances to like what could have been caves, or. And that was just a day trip, you know. There was just so much more to explore there. And bro says that we should go back soon. I say, yeah, why not? And hopefully we do that. We do have a Discord also, so come on over, share your stuff with us there as well. And don't be scared to drop a comment on the video if you got some information on anything we're talking about, or just want to say what's up. Yeah. So I did a video, posted it on TikTok, talking about the giants of Catalina and just how the museum didn't have anything on it. And that had been posted a while. Got some good feedback on that video. And then today, I actually got a message. Let's see if we could pull that up. And it was from the museum. Yeah, the Catalina Museum. Check this out. Let's see. Let's pause this here. All right. Give me a second. Let's get out of here. All right. See you later, mountains. So this is the video over on TikTok. Hit us up if you're over on TikTok. And let's see. 870 views, 3 shares, 7 favorites, 8 comments, and 60 hearts, which is not bad. It's not too bad. So people liked it. And then I put a question up, did giants exist on Catalina Island? And 8% said no, 92% said yes. Whoever voted on that. And thank you for voting over there, checking that video out. And there is a version on YouTube, but it's not a TikTok. But anyway, over here, we got a message from Catalina Museum. It's right there. And this was today. So it said, we might not have any exhibits on giants, but we do have an exhibit dedicated to the first people that lived on Catalina, as well as plenty of other installations that you would find interesting. And he gave me and I said, all right. And I responded back, you know, kindly, and yeah, you could check that out. Let's see here. Yeah, I said, thank you for responding, and we will return soon as we enjoyed the island, and I have much more to question and explore there. For example, casino, it's possibly, in my opinion, have been there, and I misspelled out. It's been there a lot longer than they tell us. So I was touching on the casino and other stuff there. And then I got a message back, and it says, looking forward to seeing you at the museum. Also, the Avalon Casino opened in 1929. Opened. When was it built? There was another building there before, but you'll just have to come to the museum to see for yourself. All right. Cool. So hopefully we'll be back to Catalina Island there. And yeah, interesting. Got some feedback from the museum there. So and we'll be ready as we got a new camera. And I bought a charger for because this new camera I got, the Canon, what was it, MD2 or the 2000D or something. I ordered a little charger for it because it didn't come with a charger, and of course I thought I ordered the right one. Pretty sure I did, and they sent me the wrong one, so gotta return that at some point. Who else is up in here? All right, scrolling down the chat there. What else did we have going on today? So yeah, anyone check out the latest Bigfoot footage. We shared the channel, Cliff Barackman's NABC, North American Bigfoot Center, and they shared some recent footage out of Walla Walla River, and I believe that's in Oregon. And so it's some new Bigfoot news. We'll check that out. I didn't. We shared the channel the other day, but I didn't share the actual clip or anything. But I guess we should take a quick look and check it out. Maybe for those that haven't seen it, and you all could go over to Cliff's channel, the NABC Bigfoot channel, and check it out for yourself. Hear the whole story behind it. See the follow-up investigation that Cliff Barackman does. And let's see if we could pull this off here. And I'll go ahead and play it like this because I think y'all could see it there. So here we go. No audio, so heads up. What do y'all think? I think it's a pretty good video. And yeah, you're going to have your people that complain, oh, it's far away. It's blurry. It's not good quality. They use the phone. I'm just happy there's some footage to go with it. And we'll go ahead and play it again this way in case that didn't play for y'all, but here we go. Did everyone or has anyone seen this? Who didn't see this? This is some fresh Bigfoot footage. And there's a quick little clip there. And maybe you'll see more channels touching on this. I haven't seen too many people, talking about it yet. But there it is. Really quick. It's not a long video. And the whole backstory behind it is very interesting. Very interesting. Don't start getting tongue-tied now. We just getting started here. Oh. All right. What else? So I want to get used to, just like we look at the cams, the SoCal cams. I'm going to be doing that on the regular. Have been doing that on the regular. I also want to get used to looking at Bigfoot data. So we've been sharing, obviously, the BFRO is a big one. Everyone who's into Bigfoot knows about it. And they've had some recent reports. What was it? Was it the night before last? One of the latest live streams we did touch on some recent reports submitted to the BFRO. And then we also looked at this database here, which I like a lot. We'll just take a look at it really quick and see what's popping. Yeah, can y'all see that? Let's see. Looks like there's a recent report, possibly. There we go. So I believe the green markers might be like recent reports, blue as well. Each color represents something. But looks like we got a new one here right around the under the Bay Area, looks like. So I'm thinking maybe, what would that be? Santa Cruz, maybe? Let's take a quick look and see what that says. And I'll read it off to you right quick. It says date and time of sighting 2/19/2025, 10:46 p.m. And it says sex male, vocalization yes. It says disclaimer yes. And then it says describe your encounter. And I'll do my best to read this off. The letters are a little small. Let's see if it says the location actually. Yeah, it doesn't say. So I'm thinking maybe in the report it might. It says my wife and I were up watching TV when we started to hear cows mooing. And that's a thing I've had before up on the hill. We did have these cows that used to come, they were free range cows, so they would come on people's properties. But there were certain nights where I would hear certain things and I would really question if those were cows, you know? We had activity going on. I have talked about that, but anyway, let's see what they say. When they started hearing cows mooing, and we can also hear what kind of sounded like a woman screaming. Interesting. Once I stood up, I got close to our front door when we heard it again. I opened the front door just to make sure it wasn't someone in trouble. Then as soon as I opened the door, it stopped for about 10 seconds. Then we heard 3 loud whoops. I turned to look at my wife, and she just widened her eyes and excuse me as I clear my throat and asked, "What is that?" I closed the door and was showing her the Sierra sounds. Uh-oh, don't do that. And confirmed those were the same whooping sounds. Whoa. All right. Did my best to read that there. So it sounds like some vocalizations, sounding like similar to the whoops on the Sierra sounds. And we've heard a lot of people, claim to have heard similar sounds. Some have heard what they claim to be what people call samurai chatter. I think some people have said that maybe we should change the name to something else besides samurai chatter. Yeah. Anyway, that looks like we got a gold mark, and I think the gold marks are different than these yellow ones down here in like Mexico and Central and South America. Those might be older reports, but it looks like Utah there has a mark, and it's at Colorado with a blue mark there. There's a few possible fresh. There's another green one up here. Looks like by maybe close to Illinois or something. Might want to check that out, Garrel, if you're still in here. But yeah, I'll look into this report here further. I want to say it looks like Santa Cruz, I would imagine. And once again, the Bigfoot Mapping Project. Check it out. And then BFRO, we checked them out the other day as well. And I just happened to check it. I was like, you know what? Let me just check again today and see what's going on. Because I was saying that they need an update. It's almost like they heard the message. And so I looked up the BFRO again. We touched on these reports that were from, let's see, February. We checked those out. It was a Class A report. Then we had this Class B out of York County, Maine, we touched on. And I believe that one was the one of these recent reports here does have a report with an orb in it. And, you know, that's another thing people have been calling out BFRO about, is that they don't put the stranger occurrences that people have with these experiences into the reports, that they edit stuff out. And here we go. So check that out. We did mention that the other day. So I want to say it is that main York County report there. And if not, it's going to be one of these other ones. So peep it out. And it's good that they included that, I think. What do y'all think? So we got 2 more reports since then, and we just touched on this the other night. So it looks like they're being active on the site here. And it says reports posted since March 1st, 2025. It says December 2012. So that's what you'll get also, is like recent submitted reports, but those reports are could be from years back. And it's a duck hunter encounter with a Bigfoot near Black River, 30 miles northwest of Johnsboro. And then, so I'll be checking that out. I didn't check that out, but right away under that, I was like, hold on here. I was like, February 2025, Oregon, Jackson County. Oh, yeah. That's where we're at. I mean, not at the moment, but when we're up in Oregon. So I was like, all right. And it's a Class B report with some, they say Bigfoot knocks herd. So how do we know it was Bigfoot knocking? We don't. I mean, got to read the report. But it says here, and I was thinking Jackson County, I wonder where it's coming from. And it says Knox herd in mountains 28 miles northeast of Medford, or Dreadford, as some call it. But yeah, I was like, all right, well, where's that at? Because we're not that. I mean, 28 miles. We're a lot closer to Medford than that. So this is quite a distance away, I think, from Medford. But let's click on the report and check it out. And I'll have to do a little bit of scrolling. Oh, yeah, that makes the letters real small if I go like that. So in case, just a heads up, might not be able to see this, but I think you could. It says year 2025, season winner, and month February, date 28th, state Oregon, county Jackson. An encounter happened off Parker Meadow Road. Coordinates are there, 42.51485, and da-da-da-da-da. Nearest town, Butte Falls. So I'm not familiar with that area. Maybe I got to look into it. Maybe I've been by there. We'll see. We know we've been getting, I know Jeremiah has been getting reports out of near the Crater Lake area, and that's an area we have gone up to. I've been as far as up to Bend, Oregon, and checking out some areas there. And let's see here. Nearest paved road, Butte Falls, Willow Lake Highway. Observed, I was motorcycle camping in the Rogue National Forest on Friday night, about 3 miles from, I think it says Forbit Ford Campground. I have the exact location on my campsite marked on my Gaia GPS map. I had a campfire, ate some dinner, and went to bed about 9 p.m. At 11:52 p.m., I woke up to the sound of what I believe was an elk running behind my tent, crashing through the forest. I would estimate that it was less than 100 yards away. I've heard elk running through the forest before, so I wasn't alarmed. I did wonder what would cause the elk to run headlong through the forest at night I thought possibly a predator like a cougar. Then about 2 minutes later, from the same direction as the elk, I heard three distinct percussive sounds that sounded like wood on wood. Each strike was about 1 second apart. This is something I've never heard before. So it caught my attention. At this point, I was listening closely. Roughly a minute later, I heard three more identical knocks, but they were further away. I would estimate another 100 yards to the right of where I heard the first set of knocks. Another minute passed, and further off in the distance, I heard another three knocks in the same pattern as the first and second set. And finally, about another minute later, I heard one more set of identical knocks on the edge of my hearing. It seemed like the same animal was making the sounds, moving away from my location, and likely following the path of the elk. At the same time, I was struck by how fast the creature was moving away from me. I had been up in that area earlier in the day, and it was an old clear cut that was a tangled mess of branches and brambles. It was tough going. A man couldn't have covered that much ground in pitch black darkness that fast. In a tangled mess of clear cut, it was the craziest thing I've ever experienced. And then also noticed I spent a sleepless night there. The next morning, I felt uneasy and got out of there as quickly as I could. Yikes. Other stories. I'm not aware of any other incidents like this. I've camped in this area or near it at least 10 times and never had an experience like this one. It says the time and condition, 11:52 is when the encounter began. Skies were clear, pitch black night. Weather was fair, about 45 degrees Fahrenheit. The environment is mixed conifer forest, elevation 3,800 feet. So there we go, Oregon. Boom. Some recent submitted reports there. What's up, Woo Reezy? Thin Lizzie Borden. Take care as well. I don't know. You leaving? You stepping in and leaving? Yeah, we're going to be hanging for a little bit here. Let's see what time. We got 5 o'clock. And there's Kent Baxter. What's up? Good evening to you, sir. Hope you're well. Anyone else I missed? Welcome and good evening. And what else we got going on Bigfoot related? So I was like, yeah, thinking lately how people refer to the Sasquatches or the Bigfoots as devils. There's all these different terms with the word devil in it. And so I was like, yeah, let's check out maybe some other people from different parts of the country may have different terms for, and I know they do, but maybe even in little pockets they have different terms, which I would imagine, depending on where you're at, you know, and maybe some of those people could share some of those terms with us, and maybe some of those are similar to some of these that we'll be looking at. And for example, one that comes to mind, and this is another YouTube channel we'll be sharing out, a very knowledgeable channel, and it's William Jennings' channel, you know, and he has a lot of experience with the whole Patterson situation as well, a lot of information. He's spoken to some of the people that were around at the time as well, and he's got his thing. He's been doing his thing for quite a long time here, and yeah, he's almost up. Let's see, it's up in the 20Ks, I think. Yep, and still pumping out videos, and if you look at the name of his channel there, it's Creek Devil. So that's one of those terms I've heard. And so maybe someone could post the link for the Creek Devil channel if anyone wants to check that out. If you're into some serious Bigfoot, it's another one of those channels that's on my list. And actually, I for a long time I would listen to his show a lot, and I did fall off. I need to catch up, see what William's doing over there. But thought I'd share that since it had the term Creek Devil. And what happened to our videos here? Looks like the TV took a break. All good. Bro might have stepped out. Am I alone in the shop here? Uh-oh. If we get customers, I might have to tend to them. We'll see. Which is not an issue. We could all just chill out for a bit. I don't think we're going to get any major floods. And really quick, let's see, we got the National Guard here touching on the legend of Bigfoot and it looks like some other cryptids also. It's interesting. Y'all could pull this site up and check it out. But yeah, I wanted to touch on the name Sasquatch and where it comes from. And here on the second paragraph, it mentions that the word Sasquatch actually came from the Salish term Saskets. And not sure, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Even for some people, Sasquatch is hard to pronounce. And I like Sasquatch. But, you know, some people have, I think it's just a culture thing, you know, these days. You get a younger crowd getting into all this. And I think it might have been Bobo who started the whole Squatch thing, right? I don't know. And there's people that get upset. You know, I guess once Dr. Bangernagel, who R.I.P., rest in peace, one of my favorites in the scene when he was around. And I guess I don't know if he mentioned that he didn't like that term Squatch or whatever, but I think it's something about I don't know, our culture in the hip hop culture, we make up words. There's always like slang terms that are being, you know, brought into the language, and forget about ebonics, but yeah, it's just something that, you know, there's like thermals, like people would just cut the therm, you know, and I don't know, people get upset. So anyway, so just wanted to show that even the word Sasquatch comes from another name. And so, yeah, what's up with the National Guard? Y'all got to check that out. They touch on some other cryptids on that article there. And I do know from our area up in Northern California near the Bluff Creek area and all that, and we've talked about that. That's one of the major spots for California and Bigfoot reports, Bigfoot sightings. We touched on some recent ones, and that's up in Humboldt County. And we have some old tales and legends from that area. And then, of course, you got the Patterson Gimlin film that came out of there. And I don't know if some of you have heard, but I like getting into, you know, her story and his story also. But yeah, Lucy Thompson, and she was a native from the area there. And she wrote, I believe, several books. And one of those books, I forget which one it is exactly, but she mentions the Indian devils, and she was referring to the local Sasquatches there. Maybe someone remembers that book of Lucy Thompson. But yeah, definitely interesting. And then she talks about life on the Klamath there, because you got the Klamath River that goes by, and yeah, just a lot of different several tribes in that area. So a lot of culture still there, and they've been around there a long time, and they all have their, I think in that area, the Hoopa call it Oma. Yeah. And I'm not sure about the other local tribes there, like the Yuroks, and there's a few others, but they all have their version. And so yeah, Lucy Thompson came to mind thinking of all this with the term devil, and so she called them Indian devils. And we know that some, people would most likely think of these things as monsters or like a devil. I could see that, right? It'd be scary to be face to face with one of these things, and who knows what they could do to you. But there's a lot of reports also that, they're very shy, elusive, and stay away. It's not like they're constantly, you're constantly hearing reports of people being attacked by these things and stuff like that. Doesn't seem to be like that. But a lot of people, a lot of native people even felt like these beings were negative. There was tribes that claimed to have been at war with them. Some have been kidnapped, that they would take women and children and even men. But yeah, and there's different reasons why they would do that. And it's all pretty scary. Kind of reminds me of the abduction thoughts I was having this morning. And there's Barb. Good evening, Barb. We're talking about devils and how that term has been associated with Bigfoot at times. Touching on Lucy Thompson and her writings there. And then, of course, also you got the 1924 Ape Canyon attack. And there you could see they used the term mountain devil. And if you don't know this account, it's a very interesting one. It's obviously 1924, a long time ago. But people have been digging up reports of like wild men and different ways that they were possibly describing these beings and creatures. Yeah, earlier, Thin Lizzy Borden, I was talking about last night that we were having, I was having some thoughts. I had gone to bed real early, and then had woken up like it was probably like 3 something in the morning. And then I started having these thoughts of like, what would it be like to get abducted by a UFO? And I know some people would be like, oh, all for it. And there is people, I'm sure there'd be people all for it, but for some reason I really put myself in the shoes of it, and I was like, oh hell no, it'd be scary as hell. And that's how I was really feeling it at the moment. And so yeah, that's why I mentioned that. But here we got Jeff. What up, Jeff? Ozark Mountain Daredevils. So is that another term for the Sasquatches out there? Interesting. Thank you for sharing that, Jeff, and I hope you're doing well, bro. Oh yeah. So the battles, mentioning it happened to him, and I think we're talking the abduction. Yeah, I believe it, man. And I don't know, was it frightening for you? And there's Daryl stepping in the house. So yeah, here we go. The term mountain devils, and too bad I was trying to look for the rusty nail that Alex Pedikov shared with me He gave me a little souvenir from the Ape Canyon site. He was up that way. I think it was last year. It's probably been up that way several times, but yeah, I think he did do a documentary on the area, and he shared a few nails with us when we were out at Bluff Creek, and yeah, I got it somewhere around here. It's somewhere I stashed it somewhere where I know I won't lose it. I thought that was handy. I was going to show it again, but anyway, here's the Ape Canyon incident, Mountain Devils. And this is also, I think, from the same area. I want to say the Clallam Indians, and that's Seattle Daily Times, July 16th, 1924. Is that the same year? Or was it 29, the Ape Canyon incident? I don't remember, but it says 1924. And yeah, July 16th, yeah, the Mountain Devils discovered at Mount St. Helens. There goes the term again. Let's get me back up on here. And looks like some more references to Indian devils here. I'll go ahead and read it off really quick. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch. Yeah, we know all that. Okay. Is a large, hairy, mythical creature said to inhabit forests in North America, particularly in Pacific Northwest. The term Indian devil is sometimes used to describe Bigfoot-like creatures in Native American folklore, reflecting the creature's perceived threatening nature. One notable example of the Indian devil description is found from a tale from Maine, where the creature encountered by a young woman and a seasoned guide was initially thought to be a man, but was later identified as an Injun devil or Pomula. This encounter, which may have occurred in the early 1800s, has been interpreted by some as a potential Bigfoot sighting. In Native American traditions, Bigfoot-like creatures are often associated with folklore and are sometimes described as wild Indians or lost tribes of indigenous people. For instance, the Yakama people referred to Bigfoot as Kwaulinmi or mountain devils, describing them as hairy giants that steal children and attack humans who venture too far into their territory. So there's some more information on Indian devils there. What else we got here lined up? Yeah, we also look at that. Bigfoot in New Hampshire. Yep. The Wood Devil. Is a name given to a possible group of Bigfoot-like creatures reported in the woodlands and hills of Coos County, New Hampshire since the 1930s. These creatures are said to be tall, skinny, and covered with shaggy tan gray hair, yeah. Standing about 7 to 9 feet tall with a slender build. Talked about my second sighting, my first sighting, it not being big, a big one. And the second one was a tall, skinny one, not all massive and robust like they were reported a lot, or how we think it would be. Although Patty was a thick one. It was a brick house there. They're very elusive and stealthy, using trees to hide from humans and standing perfectly still, the hide behinds, when there is no cover available. The wood devil is similar to the more famous Bigfoot or Sasquatch, but has distinctive characteristics that set it apart, such as a horse-like face, with long snout, where we heard that, the baboon-like gugway sounds like almost, and small eyes. Some eyewitnesses' accounts describe the wood devil as having large feet and hands with long claws or nails and emitting a strong, unpleasant odor. Oof. Sightings of the wood devils have continued sporadically in Coos County and other parts of New Hampshire, with some of the earliest reports dating back to the 1940s and 50s. The name wood devil may have originated from lumberjacks who worked in the area in the 1930s, giving the creature various nicknames such as glutton, Indian devil, omethesis, Karaju, quick hatch, nasty cat, and skunk bear. These names reflect the creature's ferocity, cunning, stealth, and smell. It says the wood devil is a carnivore feeding on small animals such as rabbits and rodents, and may also scavenge on carrion, especially during the winter when food is scarce. It can also raid garbage cans and livestock for food and make loud screams or howls that echo through the hollows of Coos County, possibly a way of communication or territorial display. That's the wood devil in New Hampshire there. There's Barb. Barb. What's up, Barb? That's my sister. I told you that's my sister's name. Super cool. You got the same name. There's Brian. What's up, Brian? No worries, bro. Run. Keep running. Don't stop. We're keeping it running here, too. Holding down the shop. And multitasking with these lives. All right, y'all. What else? What other devil terms have you heard referring to the Bigfoot or Sasquatch? Let's see here. I had to pull this one up. It popped up and it said another term used in the context of Bigfoot is, y'all see that?
Devil's lettuce.
Yeah, which refers to marijuana plants that some individuals have reportedly planted in forests, potentially in areas where Bigfoot, sightings occur. Yeah. However, this term is not directly related to the woods devil or Bigfoot itself. Made me think of the chokeweed. I have heard of people talk about the chokeweed and Bigfoot. Maybe someone in the chat will guide us to. I remember there was a channel that touched on it, and it was very interesting. And I do think Sasquatches probably have a good relationship with herbs and plants from their areas and probably use them, as well as other things, fruits and berries, nuts, and other things, funguses that we don't know of, I would imagine. What do you think? Let's see here. Boom. All right. I got this new screen on screen going. So now when I show some of the, what's up, Dragonfly? You snuck in here. I'm able to see myself on a smaller box there. 5:30. What's for dinner? And of course, we gotta not leave out the Can-Am Missing Project. Of course, we bring Dave up a lot here. We got someone walking in the shop. Let's see. Give me 1 second, y'all. What's up, bro? All right. Yeah, just had someone stepping in here, asking a few questions. And so, yeah, one of the books here you'll see is Missing 411, The Devil's in the Details. We've brought that up the last time we were kind of touching on this whole topic. And has anyone out there read this? It's The Devil's in the Details. And so this touches on strange disappearances, you know, in areas with the name devil in it, or Diablo, or anything Satan related, I guess. It's kind of creepy. But yeah, is it a thing? You know, is this really a thing? Is this really happening in these areas? It makes me question how these areas got their names. And you know what? I want to say I do have this book, but for some reason I'm not remembering any of it. I do remember a lot of the stuff. I have several of his books and have read them. So I could tell you stuff out of like a Hoopa Project and Tribal Bigfoot. But for some reason, I'm missing the 411 on The Devil's in the Detail. I don't know. But anyway, maybe some of you have read this and could relay some of that information pertaining to tonight's topic. And we also touched on, I think I want to say it was the night of the maps, where we're discussing on how people have overlaid maps, the cave maps with the missing 411 maps, with the Bigfoot sighting maps and UFO. You know, it was funny. After we talked about that, a channel popped up that was that had covered all that. So we did share that channel as well. You could find that in the posts of this channel, as well as other channels we've been talking about today in the past few days. So peep that out for sure. Different subjects going on, which I think a lot of it, for me, it's all, you know, at some point related. And so do you have any places near you with the name Devil, Diablo, Satan, or I'd be interested. Let us know. And of course, I had to look up places named Devil or Diablo in the US. And according to this here, it says there are numerous places in the United States named after the devil or variations of it, such as Diablo. These names often reflect the geology, which makes sense. You know, sometimes there'll be a mountain or something, some sort of something there that'll maybe make people think that somehow devil related. It looks like maybe the devil's tail or the backbone. And speaking of the back, we'll check out the backbone right now. One of our local ones here that my brother hiked up recently. And let's see, it says these names often reflect the geology and the treacherous nature of the landscapes. Many of these locations were named by early settlers or early resetters. But no, early settlers. And that could be, you know, it could be indigenous or or others who sometimes use the name to describe difficult or dangerous terrain, which makes sense. But I think some of those places also get named because of certain happenings not having to do with the geology. And we got some examples here. Some notable examples include Mount Diablo, located on Contra Costa. That's up in the Bay Area, California. So Mount Diablo, Contra Costa, California. It is a state park with a reputation for strange phenomena and legends. There you go. Boom, perfect. The name is a source of debate, with some suggesting it comes from a misinterpretation of Monte del Diablo, meaning thicket of the devil. Interesting. Got to stop by there next time. And then we've got, of course, Devil's Tower in Wyoming, which reminds me, on the property, we had this rock, I'll show you, where I felt a lot of the orbs would pop out. And for some reason, I was attracted to that rock, and I felt like that rock was maybe had something going on. And we'll look at that again. And that's where I was having the Bigfoot activity, the orb activity. And so, Devil's Tower in Wyoming, this landmark gained fame early in the United States history as the first designated national monument. The name is believed to come from a mistranslation, of a Native American place name. Okay. And is the Devil's Tower, some believe it might be a giant tree trunk that had been chopped down or broke off or something. What do you think? Is it really a tree trunk? Devil's Tower. We got Devil's Lake in Wisconsin. The lake is known as Tiwakak. I think I pronounced that right. By the Ho-Chunk people, a name of profound reverence and spiritual significance. However, due to cultural and linguistic barriers, the name Devil's Lake became commonly used name. Diablo, California. This is a census designated place in Contra Costa County as well. California, named after the Spanish word for the devil. What's going on in Contra Costa? These places are often associated with remarkable features, desolation, or treacherous traversing, and they commonly owe their names to the early settlers, experiencers, and perceptions of the landscapes. Experiences. Haha. All right. Yeah, let's check out Devil's Backbone again. Bro did that hike with his it's funny, we call his buddy, his hiking buddy, Politis. And he's into the whole 411. And this guy hikes all over the place, different states, all over California. And it's been a while since my brother's gone out with him, but this was over at Mount Baldy, California, where a lot of people go missing. Let's see here.
So here we are, made it to the Devil's Backbone. Make sure I pay attention right here because it's a long drop on either side.
And then the rock that was on the land, it's like a not quite the Devil's Tower, but it almost reminds me of it. That's why I wanted to pull it up again. Let's take a look. Oh no, wrong clip. Let's see. That wasn't it. Here we go. Boom. Come on, DJ. So that's from the front deck there.
There's a daytime
and
shot.
Then, yeah, just something about that rock.
A lot of
there.
the orbs right around that rock there. That rock has a name, and I won't say it just to.
And the rock has a name, and I won't say it.
Keep those.
That's what I said.
People.
But I don't know. A lot of weirdness. I think that should have maybe a call that the devil's pimple. Anyway, here's like a little more weird. Like I think might be able to see. See, there's the rock there, and one of the many orbs that pop up around it. That's closer to me, but they would pop up on the rock. And then you got the rock on the backdrop there. I think the rock has something to do with all that, y'all. Another term that comes to mind, of course, while I was thinking about all this was the old wood booger. And from what I've heard is that booger, maybe in some places they say this was out of West Virginia, I believe. It says the wood booger, also known as wood booger, is a mythical creature similar to Bigfoot that originates from the folklore of Southwest Virginia. It is often described as a Bigfoot-like creature that roams. I was getting into that word roam last night. I don't think I'll be using that. The forest of the region. The name wood booger was given to the creature because it was rumored to carry off young children who wandered into the woods at night, much like the boogeyman from children's tales. And I was going to say, yeah, I've heard other people mention the boogeyman when mentioning wood boogers. And I thought, oh, well, the boogeyman is also kind of like along the lines of like, yeah, you know, the devil and the monsters and creepy things that would come and get you if, you know, you weren't doing good, right? It says the wood booger gained significant attention after the Animal Planet TV show Finding Bigfoot aired an episode called Virginia is for Bigfoot Lovers, which featured the creature. Following the show's visit, the city of Norton, Virginia, designated a local recreation area as the Wood Booger Sanctuary and erected a statue celebrating the mythical figure. The area is now a popular spot for those interested in wood booger sightings and has become a cultural attraction with an annual Wood Booger Festival. Oh yeah, who likes Bigfoot festivals? I do. There's a little something on the wood booger there. And so I went wood booger boogeyman. And let's see what the wiki. What does the say on the boogeyman? And let's see really quick here. It says the boogeyman, and there's different ways you could spell it and maybe even pronounce it. is a mythical creature typically used to frighten children into good behavior. Boogeymen have no specific appearances, and conceptions vary drastically by household and culture, but they are most commonly depicted as masculine or androgynous monsters that punish children for misbehavior. The boogeyman and conceptually similar monsters can be found in many cultures around the world. Boogeyman may target a specific act or general misbehavior depending on the purpose of invoking the figure, often on the basis of a warning from a authority figure to a child. The term is sometimes used as a non-specific personification of or metonym for terror, and sometimes the devil. Ha! Interesting. Sorry, I was getting a text message. Just checking it really quick, making sure it wasn't some emergency. So interesting. Interesting. What up with chat? Anyone else stepping in here? Sorry, I've been going down this rabbit hole here. Welcome to anyone stepping in. Hope you're participating here and having a good evening. And we'll be diving into all this stuff. Like I say again, we're just doing a pop-up shop live stream, chat and chill stream. And another area, I was like, well, of course, let's look in. We're talking about, all right, the missing persons, the different terms, the locations with the names, the different terms for these creatures and or other creatures. I'm sure you could refer to other types of creatures as devils as well, the dogmen, demons, and stuff. Demon is also brought up in the Bigfoot world. You know, they count devils, demons sometimes. And we got to look at what demons really means. I don't know. I think I might have pulled something up here, but we'll check on this particular area. I thought, you know, Yosemite again is one of those 411 hotspots, if not the ground zero for the phenomenon. And so I was like, oh yeah, well, is there any places with the name devil? There's the El Portal, the portal at Yosemite, which I think, yeah, someone should look into. Why'd they call it the portal? But anyway, Yosemite does have, and nearby, we had brought this case up the other night when we were talking about the Sierras, Bigfoot in the Sierras, and my brother actually just got back from the Sierras this weekend. I got to pick his brain more to see if he experienced or encountered anything. Yeah, sometimes you got to pick his brain for stuff like that. He won't tell you right away. But again, this article, thought I'd bring it up. And it was a very strange case. I thought they blamed it on, I believe, algae blooms. And if you're into the strange and weird and, you know, this is a real situation that happened, definitely check this, check out this case here. And so for those that probably already seen this the other night when we were checking it out, I'll just keep this short, but it was a family that had gone for a hike during the day, had their dog with them, their little one with them, and they all perished. And they said it was mysterious because at first, because the way they were found, and even the dog passed away. Very, very sad. Prayers for that family there. But yeah, I thought it was pretty weird. You don't see this happen too often, I don't think, with the algae. And I know the algae blooms could be bad for like dogs and stuff and everyone, right? But this one was weird. I don't think they were in the water. So I don't know how the algae blooms got to them. If it set off some gases or something like that. I'm not sure if they mentioned something like that. But this happened near Yosemite. And in an area, you can see down here towards the end, in an area known as Devil's Gulch. So, I don't know. Pretty bizarre, I think. And you'll find other weird, strange cases of stuff happening. And of course, I would imagine you're occultist and maybe you're Satanist and stuff like that may use those areas for whatever purposes. And sliding back up in chat here. Yeah, pretty creepy stuff. And I don't want to leave everyone with a bad vibe or anything, so make sure you burn your sage and Palo Santo tonight. And uplift the vibes for sure. So definitely sending some good vibes out there to everyone while we touch on these dark topics. Let's see here. Let me clear this box out. Boom. I think we might have a few more things here. So yeah, I did want to touch on the definition of a demon. It says here on the right side, a mythological and paranormal, often malevolent being prevalent in religion, occultism, mythology, and folklore. A broad and vague conception, incompatible. Is that what it says? Incompatible with modern science. So science don't work with demons? Is that what it's saying? A demon is a malevolent supernatural entity. Historically, belief in demons or stories about demons occurs in folklore, mythology, religion, and literature. These beliefs are reflected in media, including comics, fiction, film, etc. Let's see what Wiki says. Oh, yeah, I won't be able to read that. You could go in more on what demons are here. Let's see. Historically, belief in demons or stories about demons occurs. Oh, yeah, we read that. Cool. All right, yeah. Right on, right on. So, what do you think? Are these beings, are some of them devils, demons, the Sasquatch, the Bigfoots? Or are they all? You do hear some pretty gnarly accounts out there, and I do think on certain levels they have and are taking people, and so I could see how people could refer to them as that, you know. And I believe, as far as the shares, that's it for tonight. Yeah, a little something to get the brain going on these some of these topics. Wanted to get it out there and see what's up, see what y'all think. And I've gotten feedback before from people saying that, yeah, those are demons. And some people even claim the objects we're recording are demons. And I question it. I'm like, how are you so sure? And there's one way to find out, right? And I've been hearing it lately. They're calling it what is it? Baffle? Is it Baffle? We're going to be doing something with that. That's been coming to my attention. Baffle? Anyone? Yeah. Yeah, what's up with this video? You went all of a sudden, fast forward, it's let's hear really quick. Speaking of Yosemite as well, we got another clip. We've shared this one before, but we have gone to Yosemite several times with all these thoughts in mind. What's taking people here? What's happening here? Why, you know, and keep an eye out for, of course, not only the national parks, y'all, with all these phenomena, but the world UNESCO sites as well. You know, we'll dive into this. A lot of this stuff we talked about, we could dissect into individual shows. You know, we could dive deeper dives into each in one of these situations, topics. You know, you could go in onto the boogeyman situation. So, like in Spanish speaking cultures, a lot of Central and South America, we have the equivalent of the. Let's see what. Yeah, uy, ay, ay, ay. It's the boogeyman in Spanish. And so, yeah, I want to get into some of the folklore and tales of the kukui. And yeah, we used to hear, you know, as kids, we used to say, watch out, the kukui is going to get you. And so that's a thing there. I got to dive into the whole kukui. And does it have something to do with these tall, hairy beings? I have to dive into that, y'all. And let's see. Yeah. Few personal videos there to share. Thank you to Bro for sharing that clip with us as well from his trip to Mount Baldy up on the Devil's Backbone. And we're a little past the hour and a half mark. I know some people are about to jump on live and probably live here. 5:55 on the clock here. I don't know what y'all got. Some angel numbers for you there. Boom. It's been happening a whole lot. A lot of things happening, the sleeping patterns, the angel numbers, the energy levels, yeah. Living that life, y'all. Tap in with us here at the shop. Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop. 3925 East Olympic Boulevard, East Los Angeles. Yeah, we got more than just your smoke shop items. We got skateboards, art supplies, clothing, and more. Drop us a message. And yeah, we're working on things. We're eventually going to get the site going and a lot of projects going on. You know, just got the mural finished, pretty much almost finished next door at the asylum, and some more events going on over there. So keeping it busy, keeping us busy here. And we're keeping this going here. So thank you for tapping in tonight. Yeah, drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Share this out. Smash that thumbs up before you smash out. And we appreciate and love you. I want to send some good vibes again, you know, dark topics, but still sharing that good love and positive energy with you all. Yeah, check for me. I'll be in someone's stream here popping up. We'll get our outro going here. Bless up, everyone.